Good afternoon and welcome. This is Kay on the Weekday. We are just hanging out in Arizona, where I'm at. The ever-churning hot bowl of macaroni and cheese that is Arizona. Just kidding. I love Arizona. It's great. It's really hot, though. So it does kind of feel like a blowtorch sometimes. And when I say sometimes, I mean a lot of the time. But that is okay. That is okay. Because it's great. It has some great scenery. Yes, it gets hot, but it's still a cool place to live. But why are we here? First of all, happy Cinco de Mayo. I just realized I just looked on my computer. It is May 5th. What a great way to spend Cinco de Mayo. What better way to spend Cinco de Mayo than being indoors in Arizona? I have fans going. Of course, I have AC. Does it work well? No. But I still have it. Is it costing me a lot of money because it doesn't work well? Yes. But that's okay. That's okay because we're still doing all right. We're still doing all right. So I'm here in Arizona celebrating Cinco de Mayo with all of you. But why are we here? Why are we always here? We're here to talk baseball. Now, what's not going on right now? Baseball. What's probably canceled? Baseball. But what might not be canceled? Baseball. Just heard from Twitter, which is the most reliable of all sources. Ball player Trevor Plouffe, excuse me. I was confusing that with Charlie Puth, the guy who does the songs, and it has, does the, I don't, what is he? Yeah, he does music, and yeah, he does a lot of songs. Anyways, yeah. So Trevor Plouffe, man, that is a hard name to say. I swear those Plouffe and those Plouffe's names are like Plouffe. It feels like you're like a cloud just hit you in the face when you're poof. It's just wow. Anyways, so what are we talking? Right, we're talking about baseball. So Trevor Plouffe said he heard from other sources, and I've seen this also on Instagram. So it's absolutely 100% verified that we might start in July. I mean, I have no idea how that could happen. To be honest, I don't know if I'm buying that. I'm sorry, that's my email going off. I don't know if I'm buying that because of how everything is, and it seems like there's still a long ways to go. But one can hope. I just hope. So I'm a big proponent of 162 games, or at least close. Like I'm all for. I know the players are like, yeah, let's reduce it a little bit by at least 20, 30 games, and that's cool. I'm cool with that. But I don't know if I'm feeling the whole like let's play 30 games and then call it a day, and then let's go to the postseason. I mean, I don't know. Like the Mariners 2 years ago won 11 games in a row, and ended up right down the toilet at the end of the season. And I'm from Seattle, so I can say that. I'm from Seattle, so it's, I don't know. I mean, I do think that over the course of 162 games, or at least over a course of at least 130 or so, you kind of get a sense of what teams are going to be good and what teams are going to be not as good. So I don't know. I'm not really for that, to be honest. I think, what I am totally for, don't get me wrong, I am totally for baseball starting in July and then going to December. That is so hardcore because then teams like, even though I was born in Seattle, I've lived in Minnesota for a while, so I am a Minnesota Twins fan. And I am totally 100% for the Twins playing outdoors in blizzarding weather. I mean, just kidding. That would, I don't know how healthy that is. But let me turn my. Turn my phone off here. Wow. So I have this bug problem because Arizona, and like there's essentially so many bugs, and I'm reading this. Man, I'm just reading this. This email here. Anyways. So, yes, like, I'm in Arizona, and to be fair, like, knock on, I think I have wood right here. Okay, maybe that's plastic, whatever. That I don't see scorpions, because I've heard those are like a thing. I haven't been living in Arizona that long, so I'm pretty new to it. But like I heard they have scorpions and like tarantulas and like other really scary stuff that like I'm not trying to run into. Definitely trying to avoid. I have seen a scorpion, but luckily that's not my infestation. Honestly, if you have a scorpion, I think you just have to burn the house down at that point. Move states, because I feel like that's just a turning point in life. I feel like there's certain places, like, if I don't know, like that and spiders as well. Like, pretty much all spiders are pretty much just the scariest looking things you've ever seen in your life. And I don't get that. I don't get why they're so freaking scary looking. Also, we have giant hornets now, so if you've read the news, great. So honestly, what if they just battle it out? Like, I would love to see just Arizona's best versus Japan's best with the giant hornet. That'd be a nice little show. Anyways, what am I talking about? Okay, so baseball again. Baseball. We're back to baseball. Yes, hypothetically, I would love to see the Twins play in the snow. I mean, that'd be insane. I mean, everyone else, I feel like everyone would hate that, and like I get it, but like just the thought of that hypothetically, without considering, how probably awful that would be for the players, and for the fans, and for pretty much everyone. I say that, and I'd probably just watch it on TV because it's too cold. But I mean, I'm for that. Like that's the thing. Like baseball's a summer thing, but I would go watch baseball if it was 30 degrees outside. I mean, what? No, that I definitely wouldn't. Maybe I would. But I'm just saying, like, what I'm not for, and like I get it. Okay, times are dire right now, and I understand that. On a serious note, I understand that, and I want to do whatever the health experts say, whatever's going to keep everyone safe. So knowing that, having that in the groundwork, like having that as a requirement, like I am not for starting baseball just to start baseball. Now let me explain why. I am not for seeing baseball in open stadiums. To me, baseball is an event. To me, baseball is a culture. It's an event. It's a celebration. Like I feel like every game is a celebration. And yes, I appreciate baseball from every aspect, from technicality and the skill that's involved. But I don't know. Like I can't imagine watching baseball games with 0 people in the stands. I've seen some footage of baseball from like Taiwan where they're having it and there's no one in the stands, and like to me it's just kind of sad. Like I totally respect Taiwan for doing that, and like more power to them, for getting baseball off the ground. But for me personally, I can't imagine that. I just think that'd be so sad. I don't know. I just think like what are they gonna hit a bomb and then it just ricochets off? I don't know. It just seems weird. Like it just seems super weird. And then I think it just turns into like this isn't even like, think about like when's the last time you ever played a baseball game with absolutely no one watching? I mean I had parents watch our practice when I was growing up. I mean like what Like, what is it, like playoff games? Like a guy hits a double in the gap, and and they relay home, and they just kind of then I feel like it just turns into like I don't know. To me, it just seems a little weird, and I'd rather wait. I really would. I would rather wait until next season if that's what we have to do. Or the whole thing about like people say, I mean, like I get it, obviously, like, but to me, baseball is baseball for what it is, and like I don't think, and it's for the celebration, and I don't think that. I don't know if I would be about that, like, if people are sitting 6 feet away at baseball games, like, oh, we got our seats together. Oh, yeah, look, we got really close seats. I'm row H and you're row 0 or Z. And we're only like 5,000 feet apart. I don't know, like it just... And then what does like the vendor do? He just like chucks it as far as he can, like pulls on a Joe Montana and just... or Doug Flutie and just rips it, just sends it 40 rows down, hits somebody else in the back of the head. I don't get, honestly, I'm just imagining a vendor in like row 300, just in row, in row like 147 or whatever, or section 147. And he has to somehow find a way to cannonball, to launch that thing up to the 400 level and hit one guy who's sitting up there. I don't know. I don't know. Because you can't, okay, maybe you just don't have vendors, right? Because you're not supposed to touch anything. I don't know. To be honest, let's just play it safe. You know what I mean? Like, why are we even risking that? Like, that's why I don't go out. That's why even when this stuff's lifted, I'm not going to go outside. Because I don't want to me, outside is like not being outside if I am 6 feet away from, I find even when like I'm walking my dog, it's like this underlying anxiety that somehow the air from someone else is going to reach me. And like, so I just like avoid it. And I just like make this huge semicircle around the person I'm walking. Probably extremely over exaggerated. But still, I don't know. I'm afraid, man. I don't want to catch anything. But anyways, with this quarantine episode, it's interesting. Baseball's interesting. Life is interesting, right? But again, what I want to do is I want to be able to look ahead, and I don't know. I want you guys to comment down below and tell me what you're thinking in terms of do you think baseball's going to have a season? Do you think it's not? Is it going to wait till next season? I mean, that's my guess. My guess personally. I get it though. It's a business, so like they're probably trying to get back out there, obviously. But I think for the players' sake, can we just wait? Like, think about it this way: we're just starting through May. Odds are most shelter in places, or actually I shouldn't say that. Most social distancing is probably going to last until June. I mean, at the least, right? I mean, yes, states are reopening, but until things can get back to normal, probably at the very least June, right? I mean, I feel like that seems like where we're at. And at that point, it's like, okay, then you have to have a spring training, which is all well and good, right? That's important for all the guys to get loose and to get warm. But I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, at that point, then you're starting basically at the All-Star break. I don't know. To me, it's like I'd rather wait. I'd rather wait till baseball is back in full force so we can have another opening day and in 29-degree weather for whatever reason. Minneapolis built an outdoor stadium in the coldest city in the United States. I don't get that. And God bless the people of Minneapolis who still come out to baseball games before July, because dear God, it literally can snow in May in Minneapolis, and they have home games, and I am so astonished that the Twins win any games in that stretch. I mean, I don't get it. I remember growing up in Seattle when I would play games that were 40 degrees. That was that was enough to make me think about quitting baseball, and I can't imagine what it is like in Minneapolis playing those games. But anyways, wow, I'm actually getting really hungry. What should I have for lunch today? I don't know. Maybe tuna fish sandwich, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, I digress. So, love quarantine. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I don't know about you guys. We have to do what we have to do, right? But let's not lie to ourselves. Let's not lie to ourselves and say that this hasn't been god awful. But like there's more important things to think about. There really is, obviously, you know. And it's been god awful. It's been god awful hearing about everything. It's been god awful being in this, and it's been god awful knowing how severe everything is, and seeing what has been happening. And that's why I try. I venture off into these tangents, but I try and keep it at least somewhat light. And so I want to continue talking about baseball, but you can't obviously ignore what's going on. But there is somewhat good news, right? Good news is most places are seeing a downtick in new hospitalizations and new cases. I hope for the best for the states that are reopening now, that they don't see that good comes out of that maybe there won't be like some kind of resurgence or second wave. I hope for the best. I do. But baseball. What do you guys miss about baseball? I miss a lot of things. I really do. Even thinking about this makes me a little sad, to be honest. But I don't know. I miss walking into a ballpark, man, and just having a beer. Although, man, dude, these emails are coming in too hot right now. What is this? Okay. Anyways, so I got a little meeting in about 15 minutes, but we'll be all right. So yeah, I mean, I miss walking into the I'm walking into the ballpark and getting a beer that's $8 more than it would be. I mean, I say that, giving light to it, but that also is actually crazy. An ice cold Michelob. Dude, oh my gosh. Like, dude, nothing more than I like going in on a hot 71 degree Minnesota day, having an ice cold Michelob on the rocks. Just anyways, what am I saying? No, but I do. I miss the peanuts. I miss how people just throw them on the ground with absolutely no regard for anyone but themselves. But I'm a hypocrite. I've done that too. So, and I miss sunflower seeds. Oh, do I miss those? I miss those little mini donuts. Yeah, call me a heathen. I'm not. That's venturing away from tradition. But I'm sorry, man. Like, Target Field is some of the best mini donuts I've ever had in my life. Those things are out of this world. I've always had a soft spot for Dippin' Dots. Oddly enough, that's really weird. But like, okay, first off, why can you only get Dippin' Dots in a ballpark? Why isn't there a brick and mortar store with Dippin' Dots? Why can't I go downtown and go to a store and get Dippin' Dots? Why are they only sold in ballparks and on Amazon in like a kitty maker? I don't like it. I'm serious. Google Dippin' Dots. See if you can find any. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyways, so that's the exclusive vendor rights for Dippin' Dots. Do Dippin' Dots even exist as a company, or were they just bought by Major League Baseball to to put in all the ballparks. Also, I feel like the same with Auntie Anne's. Auntie Anne's and so many other places, like there's always like a random pizza place you see in ballparks that definitely is like some kind of chain, but like you never hear about it. Like what is that? Why? How did those businesses get an inside into this into the like who's marketing strictly for baseball? I don't know. I mean, you think Dippin' Dots would have a market outside of, anyways. But I digress. That's what I miss, man. I miss just going there with my buddies. Like I miss going there on a hot day, going with my friends and just, seeing a game and having the whole night, having a warm summer night and just, man, that was awesome. That was awesome. And sometimes some seasons your team sucks and sometimes your team's good, it doesn't matter. It's still a good time, and trust me, I mean, I went the three, what was it? We had 4 or 5 years in Minnesota where we had over 100 losses, man. I mean, we were getting crushed out there. But that's okay. You know what? It's all right. Now we're pretty decent. I mean, got absolutely embarrassed by the Yankees in the playoffs, but that's that. I mean, really, wow. We really just absolutely just limped. Just laid down. Just took a nap in the playoffs versus the Yankees, just absolutely snoozing, saying a bedtime story and just took a nap. Anyways, but that's okay. It's all right, Minnesota. You'll be all right. But anyways, yeah, man, I miss a lot of it. I mean, I played a lot of baseball growing up, and I just I miss it. I want to hear what you guys miss too. Because yeah, it's just it's crazy. I mean, like I said, I feel like I've kind of gotten used to life now. Obviously it's not at all like it was, as obviously it's still pretty brutal, but yeah, man, I mean, I want to talk about who's going to make the playoffs, man, and I want to talk about these teams, and I miss talking about that. And what I think I'm going to start doing is I want to start looking back at some really great moments. And I want to hear what you guys have to say, looking back on some great moments, and just think about some of the great moments we could talk about. The first ones that comes to mind are, World Series moments, Kirk Gibson, the 2011 World Series, the Cardinals and the Rangers, the Blue Jays playoffs. Say what you want, it was still an impactful series, I think. And 90s Braves, man. 2002 Angels versus Giants, the Florida Marlins, 97, and then 2003 actually. The Red Sox, man. Yankees versus Phillies, when Roy Halladay threw a no-hitter versus the Reds, man. Yeah, I mean, dude, I miss this stuff, and I want to talk about it. And I want to like rewatch this stuff, and I do a lot, actually. I watch a lot of baseball videos, but yeah, I mean that's what I want to do. I want to go ahead and I want to dive back in, man. I want to just revisit all this stuff. Also, can we talk about how ugly T-Mobile Park is now? I'm sorry. So, like I said, when I was a little kid, I remember Safeco Field. Like I said, I grew up in Seattle. It's pink, and the color pink is great, but it's green and pink. Anyways, side note, but I am so not on the bandwagon to say it's beautiful. I literally think the T-Mobile sign ruined it. Like, I think you got to start from scratch at that point. Like, just pick a sponsor that's green. Like Safeco was green, and so it fit. Just pick a sponsor that's green. Like, why couldn't you just have picked Waste Management or something like just color coordinate? Anyways, but I digress. Let's talk about the best ballparks. I want to talk about that too. But this is just our introductory podcast. We're missing baseball. But let's dive in. Let's dive in next, and let's talk about what we like. What we like. God, baseball's just amazing, isn't it? Baseball's a life, man. It's a life. You know what? And like, I never get tired of it. And like, I'll watch a game every single day. I usually do during the season. I watch all the playoffs. God, I love the playoffs so much. Oh my gosh. And the All-Star game. It's just the best. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm about to wrap it up here. I got a meeting here in a little bit, but it's just been K on the Weekday, and stay healthy, stay safe, stay indoors, or if that's, I guess, what social distance, I should say. Make sure to be smart, and protect those around you. Stay safe, stay well, and I'm gonna see you next time. All right. Make sure to tune in. Check out the channel, check out the podcast, and yeah, feel free to keep listening if you want. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be doing this a lot, so I'll see you next time. All right, peace out. See ya.